How's it going, guys? So today what we're going to look at is a web page that allows us to calculate just how many calories our body needs, and that web page, it's www.bmrcalculator.org. And once you arrive at that page, you'll see you've got one just like mine. Now here it's going to ask us for just a little bit of information about ourselves, our age, our gender, how much we weigh. For myself, I'm sitting about 90 at the moment, and then just our height itself. Now, once we've put in our details, I'm going to say I'm 5'11", actually, just to impress a few people. Once we've done those details, we've punched them in, we hit calculate BMR. Now, in case you don't know your BMR, what that stands for, it's your basal metabolic rate. And that's just how many calories your body would consume or burn if you were to sit, honestly, just lying on your backside on your bed doing absolutely nothing. So please do not be distracted by that number. That's not how many calories you need per day, because more than likely you're probably going to work. You're going to be on your feet, you're going to be moving, be it running after kids, perhaps partaking in sport, doing a little bit of exercise, even if it's just walking to the train station, the bus stop. So the amount of calories you burn per day will be more than that, and it may be sufficiently more than that. In order to find out, if you cast your eye down to this table, it's just below, it's going to show you activity levels, and then with that coinciding calories burned, depending on just how active you are. Now for me, if we've considered my stats, we've calculated my BMR, what we're going to look at then is my activity level. Now I'd consider myself moderately active in that I do exercise 3 to 5 times per week, as is described here in the moderately active box, and as such I need to consume then 2,965 calories, or at least that's how many calories my body would burn per day. So if I was to consume that many calories per day, I'd be in what's called an energy balance, in which I wouldn't gain nor would I lose weight. So you can see there, that figure alone, that's a full 1,000 calories. It's actually over 1,000 calories more than my BMR. So as I said, please do not be taken away by this number. More than likely you're going to need to consume a lot more calories than that, certainly to maintain your weight, never mind to gain weight. Now, for people that are maybe not as active as myself, say you work a desk job, or you maybe you're not a member of a gym at the moment, you're not as active as you'd like to be, and there's nothing wrong with that. All I would make you aware of though is just how much of an influence that can make on how many calories you can burn per day. So for someone that again is 24 years of age, they're male, they're 90 kilograms, and they're 5'11", if they have all the same stats as me but they're not as active as me, they'll only be able to consume 2,296 calories if they want to maintain their weight. Anyway, moving forward, for a lot of the people I train, and maybe even the people watching this video, they might want to lose weight. And when people are losing weight, obviously they need to, I say obviously, maybe you don't know this, but you'll need to consume less calories than you're burning to enter what's called an energy deficit. Okay, now to enter one of those energy deficits, you want to consume a little bit less, but not so much less that you're maybe influencing your mood or your performance. And that doesn't just mean in the gym, lifting weights, running, walking. That just means you as a person. Now, you don't want to be a moody man, a moody lady. You don't want to ruin your relationships, which is why I'd recommend maybe taking 10% of your calorie needs. So if we look at the example of my own, I'm a 90 kilo male, I'm 5'10", I'm 24 years of age, and I'm fairly active. Say we round up to 3,000 calories per day as my need in order to maintain my weight. If I was to skim just 10% off that, so 10% of 3,000 is 300 calories. If I was to take that off my calorie needs, I would be able to consume 2,700 calories per day, that is, okay? And over the course of the week, I could maybe expect to lose maybe 1, at most 2 pounds. And at that rate, it's sustainable, certainly for a number of weeks. I had to lose that weight. And you shouldn't notice the biggest dip in performance by only skimming 10% off. Obviously, if you do find that maybe difficult, what you could do is even start lower, go for a 5% drop in calories. That, if we just half 300, that's 150 calories. You'd expect obviously a net loss of a little bit less. You wouldn't lose the weight as fast, but you just might find it a bit more reasonable on yourself, and you just might be a better person for it. Conversely, if you find it very, very easy, you could bump that up to maybe say 12%, 15%, but you just don't want to do it so much that you find that you're getting drained throughout the day. Maybe you're not able to maintain relationships with your colleagues, friends, family members. You don't want to be moody, okay? You want to enjoy dieting, if that is a thing. I have dieted I think 3 times in my life to date, And both times I've only skimmed maybe 10% off, again, my needs. If we also just give another example, just because there may be, you know, a female watching this. Say you are a 60 kilogram female, okay? 60 kilos, you're female, and let's go for a shorter person. You're 5'5", you're maybe 30 years of age. Let's just go 30, nice round number. And maybe you're training 1 to 3 times a week, okay? So you're smaller than myself. Maybe you're not training just as much as me at the moment. What you would consume perhaps on a daily basis then would be maybe 1,600 to 1,000, let's say 1,700 or 1,750. Say you're training 3 times per week consistently, and maybe you're walking quite a bit around that. In order to maintain your weight, you'd want to consume this many calories. In order to lose weight, you'd want to skim a bit off the top. So again, it's all proportional to the person and just how many calories they need. So 10% of 1,600 would be 160. If my maths is correct, then you'd be consuming 1,440 calories per day if you wanted to skim 10% off that. And again, weight wise, you could experience maybe a loss of, I'd say 0.75 I'm going to go for, all the way to 1.5 pounds per week. Even skywards, you may burn up to 2 pounds. It really does depend on the person and how active not only they are in the gym and in like organized sporting events, say for example, but also just how active you are outside of that. Say you're running after your kids all day, you're doing the school run, so you're having to push toddlers and prams whilst you take your 6-year-old to primary school. Things like that really do add up, and it is a matter of just really trial and error. As I said, if you find that, you know, skimming 10% off is difficult, shoot back down to 5%. And again, opposite side of things, you can bump it up. Find what works for you and constantly reassess. Say you've tried 10% for 2 weeks and you've lost weight, but not at a rate that you would like, and you find that you could maybe eat a little bit less, try and eat a little bit less. But again, what you don't want to do is have a dip in performance, have a dip in your mood, and you certainly don't want to fall out with people over a bit of weight loss. That would be the last thing I'd want for anyone. And yeah, that's really weight loss and calorie needs in a nutshell. Obviously this has been, again, not to use the word over and over, but we've skimmed over things. What I would say, if you have any questions, as always, ask either in the comments or just send me a private message. And going forward, I wish anyone that's trying to lose weight all the best, anyone that's trying to maintain the weight all the best, and anyone that's trying to gain the weight, enjoy all the food. Please make it enjoyable, irrespective of what your weight management goal is. And yeah, take care and stay clinical.